All right, continuing with the ear. The ear is going to be a little angular because he's such an angular guy, but I don't want to make it too angular, and it can't be that big. I don't want it to be that big because I want the contrast of, the size of his head to really match his character. Okay, so let me find the inner part of his ear. Remember on how to draw ears, doing that, finding that Y shape in his ear. And I'm going to give him some earrings. He always had earrings. I'm going to do that before I complete the rest of, rest of the ear. Damn. See, I made a mistake right there. I didn't draw the rest of his, what do you call that? His, sideburns. Sorry, I was flaking out there. So I'm going to have to cheat that by pushing it this way a little bit. See how to cheat that? Usually I wanted a wider sideburn, but it just wasn't going to fit in there because I wasn't thinking about what side. So sorry about that. I got a little absent-minded. Completing, because it goes, his eyebrow goes up into his actual hair, which is pretty cool. He must be a hairy dude, man. And then kind of connecting there. I'm just pulling sharp lines kind of randomly, semi-randomly. Well, randomly, I guess, but I'm trying to plan out where they're going a little bit. Alright. He's got some hair sticking out the back as well. It goes down to the back of his neck. Dude's got a huge neck. The dude's clearly in shape. That's the character, I guess, of Ganon. He's a strong dude, and Link was this, 17-year-old kid that wasn't kind of not very strong. I guess he was strong. He was really strong for a 17-year-old kid, but it's kind of a short guy. Gonna go back here, and I'm gonna fill in this section of his mouth. I think it looks good. It makes some things pop. Okay, so going around here, gonna trace his collar. I remember his collar in Ocarina of Time, at least the way they drew it, it didn't really make a lot of sense. I noticed the armor on the top, because it didn't bend, it didn't make room for bending, but it was just a small observation. I'm sure they just didn't draw it in there, but it had something. It comes out. I'm gonna say, where would that come out? Probably come out. I kind of drew that curve wrong, actually. It should be coming out through here. So that's going to be considered a cheat because that doesn't make any sense. But a cheat over here. I'm going to find the back of his neck over here. And I could actually fill in this section over here if I want to. Okie doke. Let's do a couple of things. And the biggest thing is I gotta do that crystal on his head, but other than that, I gotta mark out these teeth. Alright. Also, I gotta get rid of a lot of these eraser lines. These eraser lines are bugging me. So, let me... Well, first thing I gotta do is I gotta go backwards and I have to actually kind of find this crystal. It's gonna change scale a little bit because a couple of things I did to it. Crystal was made up of just triangles and abstract shapes, really. Alright, let's keep moving on this. And let's go to the crystal in the middle of his head. It's kind of made up of a lot of odd shapes. Try to make sure it kind of goes down to the center line. It's going to be a little bit difficult. A few distinct shapes on it. Trying to even it out on the other side. Try to remember that circular pattern. He's got this kind of circle emerald thing. Let me see. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my eraser, knead eraser, and erase them, pretty much all the pencil lines that I put, to kind of see what I'm working with. Less cluttered. I highly recommend the kneaded eraser. It feels very, doesn't leave those stains, those those stains that the pink ones leave. Sometimes they'll stain the paper with the pink paint on it. These just kind of stretch out. The more you stretch them out like this, like putty, they kind of like heat up. They work better. Or you kind of stretch them out. Alright. Alright, now I can go back and kind of try to refine some things. Like what shapes do I want to pull out more of the darks in? Obviously the dark's already here in the eye. Pulling some more, kind of muscles in the eye area. I want some darker, like I want some contrast, that's the thing. Pulling out some more strands of hair over here. Not too many, just some. Kind of going over the mouth. Try to straighten a couple of things out. Underneath the neck, there's usually a shadow pattern itself. I throw a little bit of a shadow pattern there. It's real quick, nothing major. And let me pull some more hair over here out. Kind of where it's attaching. That's the really important part, is where it's connecting to the head. And I guess that's pretty much it, honestly. There's always more you can do, and I know the more you draw, the more you notice that in yourself. You're kind of like, man, you don't really know when to stop. And I'm just gonna stop right now. I figure it's fine, it's adequate. This is Ganondorf. I'm thinking about doing something odd. I'm thinking about maybe taking almost every Zelda character I can think of and going over them. So that might be a cool little series, maybe go into actual series. I do want to do a couple other robotic things too. So we'll see. There's a lot of ideas. Anyways, guys, thanks a lot. Hope you liked the video, and like below if it helped you in any way, and I'll talk to you guys later. Thanks.